This is Vampire Survivors. It's a game that almost passed me by. I'd seen lots of screenshots and I kind of dismissed it as not of interest. But then I was listening to a podcast on the way home, from work, and they made it sound good. And it's only £2 on Steam, or at least it was when I bought it. So I tried it out, and it's great. So I've got some gold here to spend. So these are power-ups. You can collect gold in the run, and you keep that gold, and then you can spend that on power-ups before you start any game. Best thing is you can refund all of the gold amount that you've spent, and then spend it on different things if you want to. I've been putting some into. To be honest, I've been putting a lot into getting more gold to try and speed this thing along. What else did I put on? I like the magnet, which helps you hoover up items that are on the floor. What else have we got? I feel like I went for something else that was expensive. Not sure I can remember what it was. I like extra movement speed, is quite useful. And what should we go with? Actually, maybe I think I've got over 5,000, so I could. Let's refund again. Let's go for this one that fires one more projectile. Then the magnet, then some extra gold, and then one lot of movement speed, and then one other random thing. That'll do. So this is a nice little thing you do at the start of each run. Just choose where to spend your gold. Let's start a game. So I've got 5 characters unlocked. There's another 4 I've unlocked, but I need to pay to play them. Which I mean you just spend gold to pay them to play them. Let's go with this one, Pasqualina. So her projectiles get 10% faster every 5 levels with her, which is quite useful, and she fires a projectile that goes through lots of enemies as well, which is also quite useful. So let's start. These are the different stages I've got unlocked. So those 3 and this weird garden one. I've got to 30 minutes in the library. I don't think I've got past 10 minutes in the Mad Forest, so I'm going to try and do better on that one. Let's go straight with that now. So the only control during the gameplay like this is just moving around and avoiding the enemies. Those bullets that you can see firing out at me, or those spells, are just completely automatic. You can't aim them, you can't choose when they're fired. They're just on a cooldown, and they fire in a random direction when they're ready. It's quite like in my head. It's a bit like a kind of tower defense game. So every time you level up, I feel my character feels a bit like a little moving tower, and you can choose a new weapon or upgrade a weapon. In this case, I'm going to add a new weapon, which is the magic wand. And I've fired 2 different types of projectile. There's little blue ones which go to the nearest enemy, and then there's those white ones which go in a random direction, but they go through enemies, which is useful, so they can kill more than one at once. And the aim is to try and kill the enemies, pick up these little experience gems, and level up. And eventually more and more and more and more and more and more enemies will start appearing on the screen. Let's see. So let's go with things that are good for projectiles. Because when I was spending gold, I get 1 extra projectile at the start. So let's go for knife. That's a projectile. So this fires in the direction that you're facing, so you have some control over it. Generally, you kind of want to keep moving, so it's hard to sit there and aim at anything for very long. Ooh, that's a red experience gem. I assume that gives me more experience. Probably does. I didn't get close enough to pick it up. Right, what have we got? Let's go with... So you get to choose up to 6 different weapons. And then you get... You can... I think probably 6 other things that aren't weapons as well. Things like this clover, which makes your character luckier, which I think gives them more choices here, maybe, on level up. But let's try this lightning ring. I think every now and again you'll see it. Yeah, there we go. You'll see some lightning strike at some random enemies. It's not my favourite one from playing. So that's an upgrade to the Rune Tracer, which is this kind of white bullet thing. So let's go with that. Upgrades are normally worth getting. The couple of times I've got to... I got to 25 minutes and 30 minutes in the library level. And by the end of 30 minutes everything was fully upgraded, so... Oh, I love these big cloud bats. You want to try and avoid them, but you also kind of want to try and kill them to pick up their experience. Right, now I've left some experience gems up there. So I'd like to get up there, but there's a big cloud of enemies, so let's go the scenic route. These little lantern things here, these drop pickups, normally are just a gold coin, but sometimes more exciting things as well. Let's go with upgrading the wand. If you don't concentrate, you can quite easily get surrounded. In fact, by the end I will be completely surrounded. And that'll probably lead to a death. We'll see how it goes. Ooh, there's a lot of experience there, I need that. Let's improve the magic wand. The weapons I've had most joy with, there's an axe, which is quite good, which seems to do a lot of damage and affects their enemies in quite a large area, which is quite useful. I'm not really a big fan of any of the ones I've got at the moment. Let's go with... Let's upgrade the magic wand. If you max out the level of a weapon, you then get the chance to evolve it into a kind of variant that does something special, or does a load more damage or something like that. I think you have to get to maybe level 7 or level 8 maybe to max out a weapon. Ah, here we go. I think this is going to freeze all the enemies. Yeah, there we go. So you can walk up to them and shoot them without them retaliating for a little bit. I quite like the fire wand. Let's go with the cross, because that's a projectile. Let's double down on projectiles for this run. Normally that would start with only 1 cross firing, but because I've got the bought the upgrade at the start, it gives you an extra projectile. It starts with 2. Ooh, chest. These are great. Just the sound design on these are great. So you get a load of gold, you can see that ticking up at the bottom. And you also get an upgrade. That looks like an upgrade to the wand. Yeah, base damage up. Super. Ooh, and a level up. Let's keep on upgrading our weapons. I've got room for 1 more weapon. We'll see what we get. I'd like to get the axe. Oh, here we go. There's a big ring of plants. I don't think you can kill the plants. I think you either have to, you just have to try and avoid them, or you can go through them and lose a small amount of health. Oh, I do quite like the garlic. I quite like the garlic. Now let's keep upgrading. We'll upgrade what we've got and then hopefully get the axe, or if not I'll choose another weapon at some point. It doesn't seem to be that many enemies inside the circle with me, which is good. This big one, that's a boss, so when that one dies, hopefully, should produce another chest. And chests are always good. They mean money and they mean upgrades. There we go. Let's just wait for all these to... Oh, I might have to move out of the way a bit. I really want that chest. Okay. Oh, I'm stuck by a tree. Didn't even notice that tree. Okay, let's loop around. No. Okay, let's... You can kind of kite everything over somewhere else. There's a handy little arrow on the screen which tells you where a chest is. Ooh, big like a bag of money. Let's have that. There we go. So now hopefully they'll have all wandered away from that chest. There it is. Got the chest. Yes. Oh, I don't know what that is. What's that? Oh, that's an upgrade to the lightning ring. Good. Right, let's concentrate again on killing enemies, collecting experience. And not walking into an enemy. Oh, that's floor chicken. So that gives you a bit of extra health. What's this do? Oh wow. That seemed to destroy everything on screen. That's good. So I'm going to leave that floor chicken there because that just restores some health if you're low on health, but I've got full health at the moment. Here we go, let's go for the axe. I like the axe. The screen's getting a bit busier now. I feel like I'm getting surrounded a bit. But I also feel like I've killed lots of enemies that I'd like to pick up the experience from. It's a fantastic risk and reward thing in this game. You want to be close to the enemies because you want to be killing as many as possible and you want to be picking up the experience, but if you get too close you can easily get surrounded and then you die. We have a chest. Excellent. Upgrading the axe. Oh, and another upgrade. Let's upgrade the axe. Yeah, I love this. The axe just feels powerful. Let's pause everybody for a bit. Oh, couple of bats. Let's see. Yeah, let's keep on upgrading the axe. I think the axe is great. I haven't picked up any bonuses that aren't weapons yet. Maybe I should probably do that soon. Let's keep it away. Ooh, it's only a big wave. I'm just going to leave that pickup there because that's the one that freezes everybody. I might try and get that when having slightly more danger. Let's level that cross up. It's quite a low level. Kind of running away from the bats. Oh, there's a load of experience over here I didn't pick up earlier. But there's lots of really hard purple bats. Purple bats are tough. Oh, and there's another... Oops! Another load of carnivorous plants. Oh, but another boss. Axe, knife, cross... Let's keep upgrading the axe. I think the axe is great. So this circle gets ever smaller, but eventually it disappears completely. Oh, it's getting quite small. I feel like I'm getting a little bit trapped. There we go. Let's work my way through the enemies. Oh, I've got a problem here. Oh, another mushroom. Oh dear, dear, dear. Oh no. Oh, that was poor. I kind of got stuck. I thought all those plants would disappear. They normally disappear when they get too close, but maybe it takes a bit longer than that. So that was a 10-minute run. So that was quite poor, I'd say. But the game itself is great fun. I highly recommend it. Yeah, like I say, it feels a bit like... It does feel a bit like kind of a movable tower defense, rather than... Everything moves too slowly for me to describe it as a bullet hell game. So I like to think of it as tower defense. There's some nice stats at the end. Right, I'm going to stop this video, but I'm almost certainly going to carry on playing afterwards.